Michele Knight. This is the astrological update for Virgo for the whole of June. Now, June is a mystical and intense month, and there is so much going on that it's impossible for me to do it justice in this 10 minutes. However, I will try and give you the magic of what you need to do to create the most out of this very intense, unusual and profound sky. For you, some of the main things that are going to happen to you about relationships and friendships and groups of people. These things are going to create illumination and transform your whole life journey from this point onwards. So pay attention and be particularly cautious about who you mix with and how you're going to, what you're doing, and how you're going to make the most out of groups of people, and allow yourself also to open up to the possibility of mixing with people that inspire you, can lead you into a new direction. Now, it also, a lot of your relationships are going to come into focus, romantic relationships and past relationships, and there's an air of karma about this month, as well as a really deep need for a spiritual connection to your own spiritual connection and a connection to other people in a very deep way. We kick off with a grand water trine and a kite. You may remember, if you've listened to me before, that I do love a kite because it allows us to rise above the situation and be objective about certain things that normally we're too immersed in to see. And for you, that's great, because often you analyze things so much that you can lose sight of the truth of the situation or what you need to do. And this kite is all about groups of people, communication and relationships, and how you relate and how you communicate with your lovers and with your friends and with the public. And it's up to you really to allow yourself to do things differently. And in a way, the good news is it's urging you to open up to the joy of life and to really appreciate the joy of your lovers and your friends and the things that you do that involve groups of people, whatever that may be. Now we have Venus, the planet of love, going into your position of groups of people and social networking and networking in general. So people love to be around you and find you a great asset to any group. And there's also a new moon on the 8th, which is giving you a fantastic opportunity to have a new start with your career. If you've had any problems, or you felt that you want more from your career, or even if you've been having a great time, this is a new beginning. You have achieved whatever you've achieved, and now it's time to move on. Your karma is clear, and it's the next level for you. Now, the big news of this month is there is a diamond forming in the sky, which is showing us all the facets of our soul and spirit and urging us to wipe clear any parts of our being that we have allowed to get dusty. We need to see clearly, and we need to be open up to what's being shown to us. And basically, it's all about us and not really to do with other people. It's our internal soul journey. Now, this mystic diamond is being formed by a mystic rectangle, a cradle, a kite, a double grand trine, a double talent square, and all of this information that we're getting on the 15th may be a little bit overwhelming, but it's also awakening us to knowledge we all already have inside us, but we don't necessarily pay attention to. You might have a few aha moments where you see situations with people, particularly in relationships, and you understand it, you understand the karma. There may even be, thanks to Chiron going retrograde as well, you going backwards and looking at past relationships or bumping into an ex-lover and seeing things and trying to heal the wound from the past. And actually, if we don't really deal with past patterns in relationships, what do? We repeat that pattern again in whatever situation we're in to a lesser or greater degree. So accept and surrender to the knowledge, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you're meant to go back to an ex-lover to recreate that relationship. It's all about going within yourself and healing whatever wounds are within you to do with relationships to move forward. Now, the cradle is quite a powerful thing. We've got the moon in your sign, and that's sextiling Saturn, Lord of Responsibility, in position of communication, and that's sextiling Pluto, the Lord of Transformation, in a place of joy for you, and that's sextiling Neptune in the 7th and trining Saturn in the 3rd and opposing the moon in the first and Pluto in the fifth and trine moon in the first. And that's just one of the things that I've got to talk to you about. But basically, that's about you allowing yourself to have fun in relationships, allowing you to understand that the transformation within you is sometimes seeing the joy in your life. You suffer a lot because you analyze things and you're very, very sensitive to criticism and you find it difficult to let go of things. This whole diamond is saying to you, let go, surrender, fly, release your karma, release your past patterns, because if you don't, nobody will suffer but you. You are in a position to forgive yourself, forgive other people, and start afresh, enlightened. Now, if you're not in a relationship or you're not interested in relationships, this is across the board. It's your relationship to people in general, your relationship to your family, your relationship to your work colleagues. And you have the opportunity to just do things very differently with a nugget of joy. How fabulous. Now, the sun on the 21st is also entering that position of making it very good for you to be around groups of people. There's another grand water trine on the 22nd and another kite, all helping you with your relationships and networking. And on the 23rd, there's a super full moon. Yeah, baby. For you, it's all about joy, passion, sensuality, soulmates. You might have a peak emotional or sexual experience on that day. And then Jupiter on the 26th, the Lord of Good Fortune, is giving you a helping hand yet again in your groups of people. Venus, the planet of love, is making you mystical when it comes to relationships. Whatever you've learnt at the beginning of the month about the depth and karma and the way your life has been moulded through your love relationships really sinks in, and you feel more deeply connected and being able to more deeply connect to everybody, not just lovers, but you may have a very romantic experience towards the end of the month. Hooray. Now, finally, there's another grand water trine and a kite. Again, it's about relationships and expansion, expanding your idea of your relationships with other people and possibly having more faith. Take care, and I'll speak to you soon.